Hey guys, and welcome back to Rad Resellers. I'm Natalie and I'm a full-time reseller, and in today's video, I am going over everything you need to know about List Perfectly, how to create a listing, and also just going over from scratch how to cross list to eBay, Depop, Poshmark, and Mercari. So this video is great for new resellers or for those of you who have already been reselling but are thinking about selling on multiple platforms, or you already are, but you're looking for a way to just make it a little bit more convenient to list, because we all know it's not the fun part of reselling. Let's get into it. So there are multiple cross-listing tools out there. Personally, I've only used List Perfectly, but I've been using it for over 3 years, and that says something. Not to make this sound like an ad, but I do have a code that will give you 30% off your first month with List Perfectly, and I'll include that in the description below. It is an affiliate link, so I will get a few dollars off of it as well, but that's honestly not why I'm sharing it. Like I said, I have been using this tool for over 3 years. So when you type in listperfectly.com, this is the website that you will see. Now, first off, what's the price? List Perfectly has 3 different plans. They got Simple, which is $29 a month, Business, which is $49 a month, and Pro, which is $69 a month. We had Business for almost 3 years, but we recently switched to Simple, and honestly, that's all you need. I recommend Simple. I don't really see enough value in the Business one for $20 more. And I'll show you here. When you scroll down, you can see the comparison chart, and you can see what's included in the Simple versus the Business versus the Pro. A lot of the times when you are posting, the platforms that you're cross-listing to, they're smart. And a lot of the times they will actually include the brand for you without you even typing it in. It just does it because you can see it in your title or your description. So why would I pay for it when often of the times it's already included in the listing when I cross-list it? But anyways, I recommend the Simple, but if you want to have a few more add-ons and you want to pay $20 extra, sure, go for Business. Pro, I have never used. $69 a month is way too expensive. Would not recommend. Now let's go over to creating a listing. I hover over the listings. It's going to pop up all of these options. Add listing, my listings, the new catalog, my listings, old catalog. So basically, I had been doing the old catalog. The new catalog is an update. It is new. I'm not used to using it, so I'm still using the old catalog, but you can pick whichever one you want to do. And I have never clicked these 2 in my life. So let's just click the old catalog so you can see what that looks like. And here's all of my listings that I've created on List Perfectly. As you can see, I have created 5,743 listings using List Perfectly. It also shows you which platforms you have cross-listed them on, even though it doesn't show eBay. I don't know why, because we also cross-list on eBay. So I don't know why it doesn't show up. Maybe it's limited to just showing 3. I don't know. Let's go over to creating a listing from scratch, and then I'll show you how to cross-list it on each platform that I just mentioned. You got 2 options when it comes to cross-listing or creating a listing. You can either add a brand new listing, which is right here, or you can utilize one of your old listings and just edit that one. Obviously, you can only do the latter option if you have listings available. So to create a brand new listing, you can hit add listing right here. This is what it's going to look like for the Simple plan. If you have the Business plan, you will have another little box here with a few more options to add in, such as the brand, the size, the color. So we're going to hit upload images, the plus button right here. Click the pictures that you want to add to the listing. I'm going to hold in the CTRL button and click the other photos. Unless you have a Mac, in which it would be the command button. Hit open. They're going to upload. Now for the sequence of the photos, it's got a little star right there. This is the main photo. This is what everyone's going to see. So I'm going to drag this one over here because this is the main photo that I want everyone to see. And then these are the next photos. Now, if you don't like the sequence of these, you can just rearrange them like this. Whatever you want to do. Now we got the photos. We're going to move on to the listing title. It says 140 max characters. On all of the platforms that we have, not including Depop, because Depop doesn't even have a title. It only has a description. But so for eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, it's up to 80 characters. So don't go over 80 characters, even though it says 140 max characters here. That might be for a different platform, but for those I just mentioned, you can only go up to 80. If you go over 80, it's not going to show up in the listings when you cross-list it. But I actually start in the short description. It's because I just copy the first sentence and paste it into the listing title. You could do it the other way around too. This is just one of my habits. This is a Carhartt shirt. So I always start with the brand, Carhartt. As you can see here, it is relaxed fit. If your item shows what type of fit it is, relaxed fit, loose fit, dry fit, baggy, tailored fit, I will always use that in the listing as well. So this is relaxed fit. Looking at this one, you see the buttons here. It buttons down to the shirt. That means it's a button down. If there's no button on the collar here, it's kind of just like a little flap. It's a button up. That's the difference. So this is button down. So we're going to write that. Button down, men's, because it's a men's, or if it's women's, you write a women's. Does it have a pattern? This one's plaid. So we're going to write plaid. You want to add as many keywords as you can that are relevant to your listing. Let's look at it. It's blue and gray. So we're going to write, guess what? Blue and gray. And it's a short sleeve or long sleeve or sleeveless. It's a short sleeve. So we're going to add short sleeve shirt. This is very basic. This is normally what I always add, the things I just mentioned. There's other things you can also add, such as style. Is it modern? Is it vintage? Is it street style? Is it preppy? All those things you can also add here. But this is, very standard of what I add in the listing, what I just mentioned. Cotton polyester, you can also add cotton polyester blend. If it has cashmere, I would add cashmere 100%. If it's like a desirable material, I would always add that in the description. Cotton polyester, do I feel like writing that? No. Something else I like to add in the description here is size. For some reason, people don't look at photos. So even though it clearly states it right here that it's 4XL, people don't look at that. So I'm going to write it here as well. So they have two places to look at it. And it's also going to be in the listing. You'll be surprised at how many people just don't look. Then I'm going to add the measurements. So I write length and pit to pit. Can't even write. And I'm going to write what it is. That's why I always like to add that in the photos as well, so we can double check that. Because obviously we're only human. Sometimes we make mistakes. Pit to pit is 32. See right here, 32. So from armpit to armpit. Length is 33.5. You can see it right here. So we're going to write 33.5. I also like to include condition in the description. And here's where I write new tags if it is. Or I write pre-owned and then the state of how the pre-owned is. Great pre-owned like new. Or is it good pre-owned but has discoloration or stains or holes or yada yada yada. I add that here. Or fair pre-owned, this is where I write that. But this one looks brand new. So I'm just going to write great pre-owned, no flaws. And then I like to just copy this. CTRL-C, click, CTRL-V, copy paste. And then I take away unnecessary words here. It is only 77 characters, but we don't want unnecessary words. So we're going to take out and. I also normally take out the little apostrophe here from men's. And then I'm going to add the size instead. 76 characters. So up to 80, 76, completely fine. I do try to come as close to 80 as possible, just not over. All right, we're going to scroll down, click on this little tab. And since I have the simple one, I don't have keywords here or quantity, SKU, whoever wants to use that. I only have the price option. So I'm going to write it in and I'm just going to write 15 bucks. This button right here, inventory and sales, I have never used in my entire life. Don't really know what it is. We don't need that. Then I'm going to hit save and exit to catalog. And boom, it's right here. All right, so I just realized because I don't normally list on this computer, I list on my MacBook. This is a Windows. I just realized there's no button right here. This is the share button, but it's not present. That's because I haven't added the extension for List Perfectly. So this is great. This is something that I would have forgotten to mention if I didn't use this computer to do it. So we have to add a List Perfectly extension so it can actually perform the crosslist feature. Hover over Help and News, and we're gonna go to right here, install/update extension. Click that, and it's gonna show you how to add this extension. If you wanna watch this video on how to do it, you can do it, but I'm just gonna scroll down, hit download current version, add to Chrome, add extension, and booyah, it's right there. Let's just see. We're gonna go back to List Perfectly, listperfectly.com. All right, I guess I gotta re-log in. Oh, I am logged in. Great. Hover over listing. Let's go to all catalog. Let's see if the button's there. Booyah, it is right here. So this is the button that you're gonna click to cross-list to the other platforms. These are all the platforms that you can cross-list to. So we have 4. So I'm going to click these: Depop, eBay, Mercari, Poshmark. Then I'm going to hit the copy button. And now it's going to pop up the listing on all of the different platforms. If you're not already logged into all of these platforms on your computer, it's going to ask you to log in. This makes sense. It's a one-time thing though. You don't have to do this every time you list. It's just a one-time thing. So we are going to start with Mercari. You can start off with whichever one you want, but I like to start off with Mercari. And this is how it looks. So we got all the photos right here. We got the title. We got the description. It's all here. And oh my God, what is this? Category. I did not insert this into List Perfectly, but it's already inserted here by Mercari because the platforms are smart. They will try to categorize your listing as accurately as possible. They're not always correct, but a lot of the times they are. And oh my God, what is this? They got the brand too. If it's a well-known brand, it will already have it here, or suggested brand. Like it's right here. It even tried to get the color, and in this case, it was actually correct. It's gray and blue, and it got it right. But let's start from the top. No need to do anything here. No need to do anything here. No need to do anything here. Here's hashtags, optional. I like to add hashtags. If a platform has a feature that can help you be seen by buyers, use it. So hashtags, I don't really know what's right or wrong here, but I always normally include the brand itself. And why I like to start with Mercari is because it will show you how many have used this particular word as a hashtag in their listing. 36,000 has used Carhartt. Depop doesn't show you this. So that's why I like to start with Mercari, because I'm going to copy 5 hashtags and paste it onto Depop later. Mercari can have 7 hashtags. Depop can only have 5. So I'm going to write Carhartt. I like to kind of include small and bigger hashtags. And also you don't have to write a hashtag here. You just push the space button and then the hashtag will show up. With Depop, you actually have to write hashtag. So this just saves time and increases your efficiency. It's just small things like that. So we're going to write Carhartt, and they give you some recommendations here, or just some words that have Carhartt. Carhartt shirt, have 1,000 items with Carhartt shirt. Sounds good. We're going to write plaid shirt because it is too. Plaid shirts, 258 items. Men's plaid shirt, 375. I like both of these, so we're going to add both of these. Plaid shirt, 6K. Plaid shirts, 258. We're going to add both. Copy 5 of them, CTRLC, and save for later. Category, men's, tops, button front. These are all correct, so I don't have to do anything. But obviously here you can see a lot of different categories, but it is men's. So men's. Subcategory, like I'm just redoing this for you guys, but obviously it was correct. Here you can choose between all of these subcategories. It's a top, so we're gonna hit top. Select subcategory. What type of shirt is it? Is it a t-shirt, a Hawaiian shirt, a button front? All tops or other, it's a button front. Here you add the brand, but obviously this one was already added. Here you can type in the, or click on the condition. It is like new, this one, there's no flaws whatsoever. So I'm gonna do that. If it's got a flaw, put good. If it's got a lot of flaws, put fair. Color, gray. You can't put multiple on Mercari. I don't know why. I think they should add a multiple filter, but hey, whatever. Gray. Size. So we're gonna click it and go down to 4XL. As for shipping, you can do one of the two things. You can ship through the platform itself, where the platform provides you with a shipping label, or you can use a third-party website, such as pirateship.com, to create the shipping label yourself. We have done both. And honestly, we like the platform shipping label a lot better. It's just easier and faster because I don't have to create a shipping label myself. So that's when you use standard shipping. Mercari also has the option of doing local delivery, and shipping and local delivery. Have never used these two, so I don't do that. Ship on your own is what you click when you want to create your own shipping label. So once this item sells, you do not get a shipping label provided for you. You will have to create it yourself on a different platform, such as pirateship.com. Now, get your shipping rate. Gonna click this. It's gonna give you a recommended one and then ask you how heavy it is. I got the item right here, and we are going to weigh it. I got the scale right next to me, and it's 9.7 ounces. Remember to add the polymiller or whatever packaging form you're using on top of that. Depending on how thick it is, how big it is, I would say it's 0.6 ounces. How many pounds is it? 0. How many ounces is it? It's 9.7 plus the polymiller. Round up. So I would write 11 here. But Mercari, under 1 pound, gives shipping labels in 4-ounce increments. Is it under 4 ounces? Is it under 8 ounces? Is it under 12 ounces, which this one is? Or is it under 1 pound? After 1 pound, it goes by the pounds. So then is it under 2 pounds, under 3 pounds, under 4 pounds? And you get a different shipping label cost depending on what the weight is. So I can write 11 here, but Mercari will go to the nearest 4-ounce increment rounded up, if that makes sense. So this will go to 12 ounces. So normally I just write 12. It's just what I do, but you don't have to. And then select carrier. This is where you choose USPS, UPS, or FedEx. I use USPS because it is way closer to us. And also you can see the prices here. This one's the cheapest one. And we're going to hit save. Here you can see up to 0.75 pounds, which is 12 ounces. 1 to 5 days shipping time. That's how long it takes when it's been shipped to get to the buyer. You pay $5.99 because who will pay for the delivery? I'll pay. No, the buyer will pay. This is up to you, what you want to do. Now it says the buyer pays $5.99. So make sure you know if you want to pay the shipping label or the buyer pays the shipping label. We put the buyer. The price is already inserted here, 15 bucks. Here you can choose to do like smart pricing where it does incremental discounts on your item until you reach a certain number that you have put in where it can't go past or below. I don't really use this feature, so it stays off. And smart offers, I don't use that either. So I just have it off. And then you hit list. And then that one's done. Listing completed. And then it reloads. And there it is. Now you can just exit out. Moving on to Poshmark. Again, here's all the photos. Here's the listing title that you created. You can see there's 4 letters left. Description's done. Category. So this one did not add the category by itself. Category. We're going to hit men. We're going to hit shirt. You can obviously choose from all of these. And then you can pick one of these. And I picked casual button-down shirt. This is optional. You don't have to put anything here. Quantity, single and multi-item. It's a single item. It's just one. Size. It was 4XL. It's not here under standard. So I'm going to click big and tall. And voila. It's right here. If you can't find the size, you can click custom. Write in. Hit save, hit done. But this is obviously not. So we're going to hit big and tall and 4XL. This one's optional, new with tags. Does this item have tags attached? No. If it's no, I don't even click anything. Brand. It will give you options whenever you write something in. It will give you like options of what it could be. I'm going to click Carhartt. Color, you can pick 2 colors here. So I'm going to pick gray and blue because that's what it is. Done. I picked the main colors. Style tags. You can choose from a lot of different style tags. It tells you here, it's optional. It tells you here, it's just, the aesthetic, the material, the style, etc. And you can just click on whatever one you want, or you can type in and see if it pops up. So I'm going to write plaid, and it is an option. So I'm going to click it. If I write nothing pops up. So I like to use one that's already in here. I don't know what happens if I use something that's not in here. I'm going to write casual. You can use up to 3 of these. And normally I like to use 3, but if I can't think of a third one, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. So we're just going to leave that one. I can't think of anything right now. Price required, original price. I'm not going to look up the original price of the item. A lot of times you're not even going to find it. So if I don't know the original price, I write 0. It's going to give you a suggested price. Don't focus too much on this. It could be very wrong. I like to increase the price on Poshmark a little bit because Poshmark takes 20% compared to 10 or 0. So I'm just going to add $3. So it's 18. I'm not going to offer any discounted shipping, but you can. Whatever you offer here, you will have to pay from the profit of that sale. So the shipping on Poshmark, you can only go through Poshmark. Poshmark will give the shipping label to you. You cannot do your own shipping on Poshmark. It's very simple. The buyer will pay for the shipping, and it's $7.95 no matter what. Unless you go over £5, then you have to increase the shipping label and pay for that. But most of your items will be under £5. So this is no problem at all. You can ship it in anything that you want. It's $7.95 for the buyer. If you provide a discount, say $5.95, which is a $2 discount, Poshmark will take that $2 discount from your profit. So you'll make $2 less. So keep that in mind. If you do free, which means the buyer pays no shipping fee, you will pay $7.95 in shipping, so I don't do that. And then it tells you what you will earn when sold if it sells for $18. Poshmark's the easiest one. Hit next, hit list. Wait for it to load, and boom, it's done. X that one out. Then let's go over to Depop. Here's all the photos again. Depop has no title. It just has the description. In the description, this is where you can add your hashtags. As you can see here, you have 5 hashtags that you can use. Remember, I copied the 5 hashtags from Mercari hashtags? We're going to paste it here. CTRLV. Work smarter, not harder. We're going to go down. It already has the brand. I did not insert this. Depop did. It even added the color for me, which is another reason I don't pay for business, because the platforms do some of it by themselves for free. Category, you can click here the category, but it gives you suggested ones, and this is a men's shirt. So what are we going to click? Men's shirts. Then we're going to go to occasion. This one's casual, but here's the other options that you can put, and you can put multiple. Let's see how many you can put. 3. You can put 3, but we're just going to use 1 here. Material, cotton polyester, was it? Cotton polyester. All right. So we're going to do material, cotton's right here, goes in alphabetical order. Polyester, start writing it, it will pop up. Boom. Body fit. If it's a tall, you can click it here. If it's plus as a petite maternity, you can click it here. If it's none of them, I don't click anything. Brand is already here. But obviously, here's all the options. With Depop, you have to include a brand. So if it's a brand that's not included in all of these options, click other. So right here. But this is Carhartt, so we're gonna stay with Carhartt. Condition, click which one it is. I normally do just use excellent if there's no flaws. Size, scroll to 4XL. Quantity is 1, don't have to do anything. Color, blue and multi. That is correct. But I'm just gonna change the multi to gray because it is blue and gray. Source is a vintage, pre-loved, reworked, dead stock, designer, repaired. I normally only do one of these 2 because that's the only things that we sell. This one's not vintage, so I'm just going to add pre-owned. No, pre-loved. Pre-loved. I thought it was pre-owned this entire time. It's pre-loved. Age. Obviously, you click in what it is. This one is modern, so I'm going to click in modern. And then style, up to 3 styles here. Streetwear, loungewear, goth. Minimalist, preppy. Up to 3. I'm just going to click casual on this one. I don't really know what else it is. All right. And then you scroll down. I don't boost the listing from here. Shipping. We ship via Depop now. It used to be other where we provided our own shipping label, but now we are going through the platform itself. Select an address, that's your home address. Then you hit the parcel size. What's the weight on it? It was just under 11 ounces. Again, it gives you 4-ounce increments here until you reach 1 pound. Then it goes to 2 pounds, as in under 2 pounds, and then it goes from 2 pounds to under 10 pounds. So this one is under 12, and it's going to cost $6.29 for the buyer. So we're going to click that one. You can offer worldwide shipping by clicking here. We don't. Not on Depop, we do it on eBay. And then the price is here. I actually increased the price on Depop as well because Depop buyers just love hitting me with the 50% off offer or more. And then it gives you similar sold items, but honestly, ignore these because they will give you the lowest of the low sales that are similar to yours. And then you hit post. And it's done. Then we got eBay, and Will is actually the one who completes the listing on eBay. eBay has a lot more filters than the other platforms. So I'm going to have him actually go over it with you guys since he's the one with the most experience with it. But it's going to pop up this little thing, and it's going to ask you item condition, and you do is it new tags, new without tags, new with defects, or pre-owned. In this case, it's pre-owned. So we're going to click that one, and I'm going to have Will take over here.
All right. Will here. So I'm going to finish the eBay listing since I handled this portion of the listing. Essentially, I have a Carhartt Relax Fit button-down shirt here, size 4XL. When I'm going through this listing, I always just want to make sure everything looks correct. I like to get the size in there sooner. So right after men's, I'll paste the 4XL right after that. And then eBay automatically updates it there.
All right, I'm just going to jump in with a little voice recording here because Will got a little bit sidetracked and forgot to mention some of the things that he was supposed to mention. So as you see on the screen here, these are item specifics and all of these are required to insert. But as you can see, they automatically popped up and we didn't even have to put in anything. Just make sure that it's all correct and change if need be. Scrolling further down, there's additional details. So not required, but definitely recommended.
Pattern, plaid. We got closure as button. Theme. I love eBay with their recommendations. I typically just follow that unless there might be one or none there, then I have to do a little extra work. Accents, we have button, there's no embroidery, there's no zipper, so we're gonna rock out with that. So features, we got pockets, easy care, and you know what? All seasons. Sounds good to me. And then this, I know is a cotton shirt, but it's also polyester. So what I do here is I do cotton, then there is also a cotton blend, and then polyester, character, skip that. I don't know why. It's some crazy thing, but blue always pops up. Some people feel the need to fill out all of these optional item specifics. I'm sure the more the better, but honestly, I'm not going to put in stuff that isn't relevant to the actual item. So it's asking for a character here. This doesn't have anything to do with a character. It's a Carhartt shirt. Then neckline, collared, not vintage. Seasoned here, definitely not winter since it's short sleeve. Occasion, we got some casual workwear, travel, and nothing else applies. Sometimes I do stretch it a little bit, like for example, if it's a nice button-down shirt, I'll put it as party and cocktail. Handmade, no. Personalized, no. The measurements here for the chest size, I never put that in there because in our photos here, we have the measurements, so the buyer could look at that. And it's also in the description. Double and triple check that the item here is pre-owned. And then make sure the description looks good. Natalie does a great job with that stuff, putting the measurements in there too. And if there is any flaws, right here is the buy it now price. And you could always switch it to auction. We stay away from auctions. We list the price we want to get. And if somebody wants to send an offer, then we'll go from there and negotiate. When we price it this low, an item like this, I keep offers off, and I like to be the one to send the offers if somebody is watching it. On all my items, I'll just send 5% off, but If you list an item at 15 bucks and have best offer on, you're going to get offers for like $8, $7. So it's not worth getting the notification to waste my time on that. Right here, we have shipping. With eBay, we use the website Pirate Ship to do the shipping. I just find it easier for myself. That's what I started with, and that's what I've been rocking out on. With these policies, don't be intimidated by them. You go right here and you can create a shipping policy. If I charge $8.30, that's what the buyer pays, but that's not what I pay. Sometimes when I charge $8.30, I only have to pay $6. But in other cases, sometimes I gotta pay $12, $15. And that's just the cost of business. Some you'll win, some you'll lose. In my eyes, it just evens out. The top ones that I use, Ground Advantage is what you should be shipping majority of your stuff with now. So I have one for t-shirts, polos, and long sleeve light stuff, typically under £1. If I know it's a pair of pants, like track pants, something that is just over £1, typically I'll charge $7.60. And then the padded $8.30, that is the price right around where like jeans, overalls, heavier stuff will cost for us to buy that shipping label. Now I got these prices by just shipping a lot. Now sometimes I short myself and shipping is $10 compared to the $8.30 and I just take a loss. We're in South Carolina, so these prices will fluctuate for you depending on where you are in the United States or Canada, whatever. Just get a good feel of the typical pricing that you have to pay for your labels. If you do want to ship through eBay, you can provide the weight and dimensions right here. Preferences, you want to make sure that's updated where you're shipping the item from. Return policy, we do returns up to 30 days, but the buyer pays for the shipping back and I do not refund the initial shipping to them unless there is an issue on our end. Like if there's a hole we didn't see, something like that. Here we have promoted listings. eBay will always give you a crazy ad rate that you should promote it at. And this is essentially to bump you up in the search. The minimum you could do is 2%. You can do 0, but I don't recommend it. eBay wants you to do something, you do it. So I always just one up everybody else. And we do 3% on every single item that we sell on eBay. Charity, that's up to you if you want to donate. And list. Sweet. And that's about it for eBay, guys.
All right, once you cross that out, you come back here and you can just click anywhere on the screen. And now you're done with that listing. Once you've done it a few times, it's way faster. You just click, 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 click. Obviously, we took a lot more time now because we explained everything, but it's way quicker when you just do it by yourself. So one of the beauties about List Perfectly is that you can basically utilize an old listing and just edit it because it already has the keywords that you're looking for. It already has like a pre-template of what you're looking for. You just edit a few words here and there. So for example, my next listing is this one. It's a Wrangler shirt. As you can see, I have one very similar one right here, but let's say this one's not right there. I can search the title right here. Wrangler, and every listing that has the word Wrangler will pop up. And now I can scroll until I find a similar listing and I can just copy that listing basically. But I will show a little con right now. If I write Wrangler shirt, so 2 words here, and I hit enter, nothing popped up for some reason, even though I know I have another Wrangler shirt in here. Wrangler Western shirts, because I know that's word by word. Then it pops up. So if you want to write more than 1 word, it's got to be the exact sequence and exactly how it is, which is kind of annoying. Anyhow, I have a listing right here that's very similar. Hit copy or duplicate, which means copy. I click that button and the listing that I created before is here, right? To save myself some time because the item that I have right here is very similar. Not the same, but very similar. I'm going to use this to kind of save time. First thing I do is delete all the photos and re-upload the correct ones. Open. And now you have to remember to edit what's incorrect. Try to make sure that you don't forget to, change the size, the length, the pit to pit, the condition, if it needs to be changed. So in this case, condition is great pre-owned. This one is too, there's no flaws. Pit to pit is 27. So we're gonna just change 30 to 27. But I don't have to write pit to pit. It was already there. Length, it is 30 and slightly longer in the back. When there's a difference, I always go by the front, and then I will include if the back is longer. So it's a 1 inch difference there. So I'm gonna write length 30 with a slightly extended back. Size is a 2XL. 2XL, XXL is the same thing. And then we look at the little description here. Wrangler Western shirts, exactly the same thing. Men's pearl snap, is it a pearl snap? Yes, it is. Lightweight, it is. Striped, it is. Long sleeve button up, it is. With flap chest pockets, it is. So it's exactly the same. I don't have to do anything to change this. But it is gray. I don't think I have a color here. Long sleeve button up shirt. Okay, we're gonna add the color gray. Long sleeve, gray button up shirt. And I see that I forgot to change the order here. These are duplicates. One is with a background, one is not. I'm just gonna delete that one and move this one to the front. Again, the star is the front photo, and I'm gonna move this one here. I like to have the most important photos first, and then the less important ones in the back. Then look at the title. Does anything need to be changed? Yes. This little guy needs to be XXL. The rest is the same. So it just saved me a lot of time because most of the words were already there. I just had to edit a few of them, so it does really save me time. So this comes in handy when you've been doing List Perfectly for a while and you have a lot of previous listings and you list similar looking items. Pricing, I'm just going to keep it at 14. This is a very cheap item. Obviously, it's not a ball or anything like that, but we got it for 20 cents. So that's how we can price it. Very low. Save and exit. And now I can just click that button and crosslist it. But all right, that sums up how to use List Perfectly, how to create a listing from scratch, how to duplicate a listing and just edit it a little bit to change it to the new item, and how to actually complete the listings on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. I highly recommend using a cross-listing tool if you have 3 or more platforms. It is more convenient, it saves time, and it's just less redundant. So you don't have to re-upload the same photos over and over and over and over again, and copy-paste the listing title over and over and over again, description over and over and over again. It's just more convenient. So definitely check it out. Remember, I have that discount code of 30% off your first month if you choose to check out List Perfectly. It's in the description below. I think that covers about everything. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Again, I have almost 6,000 listings created on this platform. I've done it a lot. As always, don't forget to leave that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on the next one.